want a revolution. Whoop, whoop. What's up, guys? Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast. If you're new, yeah, this is what I do. My name is Shan, mama of the girls, aka Mommy Rocky. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share the show. Please check out the merch. Please get yourself comfortable and acquainted with my Twitter and my IG and our Facebook, Cozy Womb Pod. All right? With that being said, this episode is Reality Mom. There is no Santa. Sorry to those who want their kids to believe in Santa, want their kids to believe in reindeers in the sky. Put it this way. If my 3-year-old can come to me and be like, they'd be like, Mom, how do reindeers go in the sky? Is that real? Then that's the problem. And I'm not going to sit here and tell my kids that there's reindeers in the sky and they're giving all these kids toys. And the reality is that's not happening. That's not happening. The reality is parents work too hard, grandparents work too hard, aunties and uncles work too hard, brothers and sisters work too hard to have children believing in this invisible man, this illusion who's bringing toys and joy and happiness to them. Your children need to know. Your children need to know that people care about them. People are out here taking care of their priorities, their bills, the utilities, especially the heat right now, especially the hot water right now, and making sure the fridge is full, making sure they have clean clothes, new clothes, well-fitting clothes, warm clothes. And on top of that, they buy them once. And on top of that, they light the tree. And on top of that, they get them good tasting stuff that brings them comfort and coziness around the season. Your kids need to know that there is no Santa. Your kids need to know that the idea behind Christmas is marketing wise to get money out of people. There's no direct link to Christianity and Jesus and God and all of that stuff that they try to connect. You can look at an encyclopedia, it's not connected. Is this story that keeps being repeatedly told and full of assumption, right? And I don't let my kids believe that. I'm not religious. I do not let them connect Christmas to God, to Santa, to reindeer, to Jesus. No ma'am. But I do tell them that I like, the familyness of holidays. I like family coming together to decorate a tree. I like wrapping things. I like the surprise. I like the spontaneousness. I like the cooking together. I like the being home together. I like the warmth of the house. I like the wonder, the curiosity. I like all of that. I like giving people what they deserve, giving people things they didn't think they were ever going to get. And that's what I like about it. And this episode, I'm going to go into the whole idea behind Santa and why we shouldn't tell our kids Santa exists when we know they don't exist. And how the comfort and illusions that you tell your children turn into white lies, turn into the okayness of lies to you, and how that will backfire. And you started it, and you can put an end to it, and it may start today. So get ready. And if this is something that you're not ready for, you don't have to listen to this episode. But if this is something that you're ready for, go ahead and keep listening after these messages. Yay! I have Cozy Womb merch on Teespring. # Cozy Womb Shop. You'll find it. I have it posted on my Instagram, Cozy Womb Pod. I also have it posted on my Twitter, Cozy Womb Pod. Go ahead and add me and follow. I also have Mama's Cozy Closet, where I created merch just for mamas because we do so much, so we deserve. But don't be sad, dads. On Cozy Womb Shop, I have t-shirts on there, something very like seldom daddy, because I know y'all don't like to blast, oh, I'm a dad on my stuff. So I have something for everybody. I have kids hoodies, I have coffee mugs, I have mama's little zip pouch bags that keep our discreet items in there. So check it out, and thank you for supporting the Cozy Womb podcast. Back to the show. We going back to the show. Yay! Thank you for staying tuned into the Cozy Womb podcast show. My name is Shan, and we are talking about the lie that regards Santa, okay? You shouldn't lie about there being a man that's fat in a red and white suit with reindeers that's bringing your kids joy, happiness, and toys, okay? Because you're encouraging your children to lie. You're encouraging your children to snowball false ideas. And you're encouraging your kids to believe in something that we all know they're going to find out to be a lie. So why start it? Like, as adults, we have to start taking ownership at the beginning of every thought we pour into our kids. And Santa came across the world, during the Civil War, and this whole Santa Claus from the 60s, popped into the lives of many. And it comes from a paganistic holiday, okay? Paganistic ideals from different European variations, okay? And we do not have to keep pushing this idea that has negative aspects as to what our children believe and when is it okay to tell a lie and when is it not okay to tell a lie. You should never encourage your kids to lie. And it does have pagan roots. And if you do your research, you'll find that what the pagan roots are, okay? Early Christians adapted it because they just wanted something of fun and ownership, and that creates good following, big following, okay? And it's a pagan tradition, and if you research it, you'll find that it holds no weight. It's not really important, okay? We all enjoy getting things, and some enjoy giving things. Those who can give get caught up in not being able, and that can have a dark side to it, and feeling less than because you don't have, and feeling less than because someone got something better. And it just snowballs into this negative aspect. I don't feel like Christmas should be about that. I don't feel like any holiday should be about that. But if you look at the background of every holiday, it has a negative aspect. And you have to just get to a point in your parenting where you say, this is what parent I want to be. This is what I want to incorporate into my child's life. This is what I want to teach my kid about the origins of Saint Nicholas, okay? And there is a wild story behind Saint Nicholas, and it is not pretty, okay? We have to start being honest to our kids, even if it means boredom. Even if it means not so much fun. Even if it means not great gifts. Not disillusion. There's nothing magical about a big man coming down chimneys and giving gifts to kids, okay? There's nothing that we need to be spreading. Like, we need to tell our kids that your dad, your mom, your uncle, the rest of your family members, friends of mine, wanted to give to you. And we got you these things. And we wrap these things. And we put these things in packages. And we wanted to give it to you because we want you to be happy. We want you to have joy. We think you deserve it. And other children may not get this. And other children may not experience this. And it is not for you to go tease or put on blast what you got all the time. Okay? And what I do want to incorporate is, this is the time of year where you would want to give, okay? You want to give sleeping bags, you want to give food, you want to give hats, gloves, warm, clean things to be in, a home, a place to stay, somewhere of comfort. That's what you want to give. A I want to get to a point where around these holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that I can take my kids to homeless shelters and women and kids shelters to feed them, to give back, to do good deeds, so they understand that it can't be all about you sometimes. And if this COVID-19 thing wasn't an issue and quarantine and all of that, I would have my kids at a shelter helping out, doing good deeds, showing them that there's people in a worse predicament than you. Showing them that, kids don't have their own room. They don't have their own toys. They don't have a home to be in. They don't have TV to watch. They don't have iPads. They don't have computers. Like, there's so much to be grateful for. And we can't keep talking about 123 Elf Road, North Pole, zip code 88888, and having our kids write letters that are going nowhere and putting them in the mailbox. Like, that's not cool. The tooth fairy is not cool to me. I'm not telling my kid that if you put your tooth under the pillow, you're going to get money from the tooth fairy, something that's going to fly in your room and give you money. No, I gave you that money. The money is from me. Like, we put these lies on our kids and turn around and tell them, don't you ever lie to me. Well, you've been lying to your kid all your child's life. Okay? We have to stop. You have all these things that you could Google. Should I tell my 12-year-old about Santa? Is there really a Santa Claus? Is Santa real? Or is it a letter from my parents? How many gifts should I put from Santa? It's just so stupid to me. Like, we have to be doing something better with our time. What else? How much does Santa spend per child? Like, lies. And they even have the nerve to put an answer. The total bill came to $57 billion. Are you serious? Like, it is okay to enjoy this season. It is okay to enjoy your family. It is okay to enjoy your kids and your parents and your grandparents and all of that. But you don't have to incorporate these society lies into what you do and how you do it. I will never tell my kids that there's Santa, because there's no Santa. I will never tell my kids that reindeers fly in the sky on a sled, because it's not true. And I hope when they grow up, they don't tell their kids these lies. But you still can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy with your family. You don't even have to call it Christmas. You don't have to have a tree. You don't have to decorate with lights. You don't have to make a whole bunch of food that you're not going to eat. You don't have to have all of these pressures of being better and showing up and doing it like everybody else. Do something different. Make your own holiday. Do something new. Do something fresh. You don't have to do it like everybody else. You don't have to come through like everybody else. Find your own way to do your own thing and learn to be happy with that. We have to learn to be happy with what we have, the people around us, and how we can give. And really get to know what people want and what people like. Like, that's the most interesting thing. Like, ask your grandparents, what was it like as a kid? Get all the history you can from your parents before they forget, or before your parents aren't here, and your grandparents. Talk to your kids to see what they're actually into. This is the time for that. This is not the time for lies. This is not the time for, this fake Santa person getting all the credit. I will never tell my kids that Santa got them gifts. Are you kidding me? Do you know what I could have did with that money that I spent on things that I think my kids would like? Like, I'm so happy that my kids have a home. I have a home. My kids have a room. My kids have things that they love. My kids have a fridge to go into. My kids have TV to watch. I can pay for utilities. Like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about the hurt in my heart that I have to pay $100-something water bill and turn around and pay $80 electric bill and turn around and pay a gas bill and turn around and pay $1,100 in rent? Like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about how if you're going to do anything for your parents when you grow up, it should be grand things. It should be all paid expenses, vacations, because we deserve it, because we are suffering. Okay? It is not easy out here to adult, and it definitely is not easy to be out here adulting with children. It just isn't. So if you're doing a great job, your child is happy, or your child has at least one gift that they will never forget, congrats. You did it right. You did what you're supposed to do. Thank you for being a parent. Thank you for showing up. And just know, at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, your kids want you. Your kids want your time. Don't worry about scratching and struggling to get that Xbox 5, that PlayStation 5. Don't worry about struggling to get that MacBook. Any computer will work just fine. Like, come on. Spend the quality time. That's what your kids need. Forget about the Santa mess. If you didn't get to decorate the house this year and put the lights like your neighbors, so what? Take your kids somewhere else to enjoy lights. It's not that serious. All right? And let's make being honest to our kids a normal thing, an everyday thing, so they can be better people. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb. Be safe this holiday season. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, be safe. If you celebrate Hanukkah, be safe. If you don't celebrate holidays at all, be safe. Just know that there's always someone out here in a worse predicament than you are. There's always someone in need outside. Don't ever get comfortable not giving to others when you can give. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb. Peace. Bye.
Bye.